graduates, starting from undergraduate and postgraduate levels, are produced. Currently, there are approximately 4,180 students taking part in the teaching and learning process at Malahayati University. Until now, the University of Malahayati has 5 faculties: Faculty of Medicine, Faculty of Health Science, Faculty of Public Health, Faculty of Engineering, Faculty of Economics, Faculty of Law. In addition, Malahayati University also has a postgraduate program. Based on the Indonesian medical competence, medical students can do co-assistant at the Pertamina Bintang Amin Hospital. Proud achievements are always correlated with managements in a professional and innovative manner. Efforts to improve the degree of quality of Malahayati University at the global level are developed through international cooperation, development of research, science, and technology. To obtain easy information and references, students can use the library. This is the library of Malahayati University, where each room in the library represents the traditional houses in Indonesia. All activities are monitored using CCTV, and an accurate fingerprint attendance system will record student attendance in order to build a disciplined culture of students at the University of Malahayati. The use of data centers as the center of data storage has become an investment in the field of information and technology, in the form of state-of-the-art data centers and campus-wide networks, or integrated campus networks in realizing eCampus. As a scientific reflection that becomes a social inspiration for fellow students, activities are carried out consistently, including medical assistancy, infus media, Rohima, and student regiment. Malahayati has various sport facilities, and Malahayati also has dormitories. Apartments for lecturers, and houses for doctors. Besides that, Malahayati also has social responsibilities, including providing free health services for the poor and providing compensation funds. All activities that are carried out are in line with the vision and mission of Malahayati. Malahayati University, let's challenge the future.
Aceh merupakan sebuah provinsi di Indonesia yang terletak di ujung utara Pulau Sumatera dan merupakan provinsi paling barat di Indonesia. Dianggap sebagai tempat dimulainya penyebaran Islam di Indonesia dan memainkan peran penting dalam penyebaran Islam di Asia Tenggara, Aceh memiliki persentase penduduk Muslim yang tertinggi dibandingkan dengan wilayah lainnya di Indonesia. Aceh menerapkan sistem syariat Islam. Aceh juga sering disebut sebagai Serambi Mekah karena menerapkan berbagai nilai Islami dalam kehidupan sehari-hari, termasuk dalam pendidikan. Yang mana hal tersebut sejalan dengan salah satu visi Universitas Abuliatama, yaitu Universitas yang Islami. Universitas Abuliatama atau yang sering disingkat menjadi UNAYA merupakan salah satu perguruan tinggi swasta di Aceh yang terus berkembang menuju universitas terkemuka di Indonesia. Didirikan oleh Yayasan Abuliatama Aceh dengan tujuan membawa dampak positif dalam usaha pembangunan dan turut serta mencerdaskan bangsa melalui Tridharma Perguruan Tinggi. Terletak di kawasan bukit dengan lingkungan yang indah dan asri, UNAYA menjadi tempat terbaik bagi mahasiswa untuk belajar. Jauh dari hiruk-pikuk keramaian kota, UNAYA memberikan kenyamanan bagi mahasiswa untuk menimba ilmu. Didukung oleh keramah tamahan pegawai UNAYA dalam memberikan pelayanan administrasi yang baik untuk mahasiswa menjadi prioritas yang selalu diutamakan UNAYA untuk membimbing peserta didik baru maupun mahasiswa dalam mengurus segala administrasi. Universitas Abuliatama adalah universitas yang sangat berkomitmen pada kualitas, pengalaman belajar yang baik, dan kehidupan mahasiswa yang nyaman di kampus. Universitas Abuliatama memiliki reputasi dalam kualitas proses belajar mengajar, prestasi akademik yang tinggi, etika berbasis pendidikan, dan dorongan dari pemikiran mandiri. Kami menjamin memenuhi komitmen tersebut kepada mahasiswa kami dengan memberikan tenaga pengajar yang berkredibilitas tinggi dan mempunyai prestasi.
Visi baru Universitas Abuliatama yang memiliki 3 kata kunci, Islami, unggul, dan global, telah memacu Universitas Abuliatama untuk berbenah secara menyeluruh. Dosen terpenuhi dalam setiap program studi yang ada, dan kita sudah memiliki cukup banyak doktor, bahkan guru besar atau profesor. Universitas Abuliatama juga mulai menyekolahkan program studi S3 pada dosen-dosennya, baik yang disekolahkan melalui program beasiswa kerjasama luar negeri maupun di dalam negeri.
UNAYA mengelola 8 fakultas dengan 25 program studi di dalamnya. Di antaranya Fakultas Kedokteran, Fakultas Teknik, Fakultas Pertanian, Fakultas Perikanan, Fakultas Keguruan Ilmu Pendidikan, Fakultas Ekonomi, Fakultas Hukum, Fakultas Kesehatan Masyarakat, dan Sekolah Tinggi Manajemen Ilmu Komputer. Untuk mendorong terwujudnya Research Center yang menjadi pusat penelitian unggulan di Fakultas Hukum dan Fakultas Ekonomi, UNAYA memiliki program studi pasca sarjana seperti Magister Hukum dan Magister Manajemen yang telah ada sejak tahun 2016. UNAYA juga menerima kelas pegawai untuk program studi ilmu keperawatan, agroteknologi, peternakan, ekonomi, pendidikan jasmani, kesehatan dan rekreasi, hukum, dan teknik. Kualitas sarana dan prasarana yang baik terus UNAYA berikan agar
Ladies and gentlemen, the next session is going to start in 5 minutes. Please be seated. Excellencies, participants, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to invite to the place to deliver his keynote speech Dr. Ekasit Kumarsit from Department of Psychology, Faculty of Science, Prince Songkla University, Thailand. The keynote speech will be moderated by Mr. Slamet Widodo.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Ekasit Kumarsit and Mr. Slamet Widodo.
For Mr. Slamet Widodo, please come forward to open the session.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Dr. Ekasit Kumarsit. Swasdi Kop.
สวัสดีครับ
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, actually, let me introduce Dr. Ekasit. Dr. Ekasit is neuroscience, and he graduated from neuroscience from his master degree from Idol University in 1997. Then he continued still on neuroscience in University of Edinburgh, UK, and graduate in 2002. And the brief career of history, still he is in Songkla University, Thailand, Prince Songkla University, Thailand, and then he is assistant professor since 2006 and associate professor in 2015. Then the field of specializations, I get information that he has 3 specializations: neural signaling analysis of neurodegenerative disease, then neural mechanism of drug addiction, and neural signaling of cognitive process. And he has the current research about correlation between neural signaling and learning behavior, then local field potential in hippocampus in association with cognitive performance, and the last he has local field potential biomarkers of neurodegenerative disease. That's a brief from Dr. Ekasit. Dr. Ekasit, actually before you have your presentation, I want to inform you that you have 30 minutes for your presentations, for your talks, and then will be followed by the question and answer sessions around 10 minutes. So let's see the Dr. Ekasit, and please all the audience to pay attention for his presentations. Thank you, Dr. Sid.
Thank you very much for a very nice introduction, and I just want to say that I am delighted. I am so glad and honored to participate this conference. So thank you very much for inviting me. So first, I really have to share my file. Okay, basically, I am a neuroscientist. We have brain research. I have been working on this field for almost 20 years already in Prince of Songkla University in southern Thailand. For this afternoon, my focus is on the effect of katam plant extract on Parkinson's disease, a mouse model. In the beginning, I really have to mention Parkinson's disease. The disease is quite serious, very severe on movement control. People are suffering movement disorder. They have shaky hand, quite difficult to walk, difficult to speak, and also some have some dementia included. The prevalence is progressively increasing worldwide, including Thailand. The ratio is about 1 to 2% in population aged over 60 years old. in Thailand as well, because we are approaching the aging society. I think aging society is almost everywhere worldwide, so we have to be prepared to handle the situation in age population. Basically, we have Alzheimer, and the second is Parkinson disease, which is very severe, quite difficult to handle in the future. The problem is going to be progressively more and more severe. For the brain research, most of researchers focus on alpha-synuclein and Levy body, but I'm not gonna focus on this. For the mechanism, there is a dopaminergic brain pathway involved with Parkinson's disease. The brain pathway originate from substantia nigra in midbrain, projecting to the striatum. Basically, cell body produce dopamine in cell body at substantia nigra, and then transport to release in the striatum. For Parkinson's disease, dopaminergic neuronal loss was found in substantia nigra. Basically, people detect Parkinson's disease quite late, at a very late stage of the disease. Mostly, they detect physical symptoms after the damage is quite severe. For example, the Parkinson's disease appear when neuronal loss exceed 72 to 70% of nerve terminal, and the damage for 50% of dopaminergic neuron in midbrain. So people detect quite late of the disease. And in our brain research, this is what we do. From the beginning, we implant electrode into the brain, which is dopaminergic neuron or dopamine pathway. And then after the animal recover fully, we record the brain wave. You can call local field potential, or we can also call electrical brain wave for common vocabulary. And then we store in computer for offline analysis of the brainwave pattern. So the purpose of this study is to identify the effect of L-DOPA, the standard drug for Parkinson's disease, in mouse model. We use L-DOPA as a standard drug. The second one is to examine the effect of kratom plant or Mitragana speciosa. I will just call MS for kratom extract in this mouse model. And then we compare between the standard drug of Parkinson's disease and kratom plant extract, if they can attenuate or if they can be used for treatment of Parkinson's disease. So for the overview of my protocol, the animal are deeply anesthetized for electrode implantation to the striatum. And then we use the neurotoxin, for example, MPTP or 6-hydroxydopamine. These are neurotoxin that destroy neuron, that will kill neuron to produce the pathology and the symptom. After that, we treat the animal with the standard drug, L-DOPA, which is the drug for Parkinson's disease. and then kratom plant extract. So we are gonna treat to animal. We record behavior and brainwave before and after treatment for the analysis. Basically, we have animal facility in our campus of Prince of Songkhla University. Mostly we use rats and mice. It's convenient to use rodent, so they are quite effective as a model for most of our brain research. It's easy and convenient. So you can visit us in the campus. Just for example, if you have students that you want to have exchange program, you might contact us, and then you send your student to visit Thailand for brain research practice. This is how we do for the surgery. The anesthetized animal are fixed with the stereotaxic frame, and then we implant the electrode to the specific brain area. For the accuracy of electrode implantation, we use the brain atlas. So we have brain atlas specific for rats and mouse, just to check if the electrode implantation is accurate enough. For example, this is the mapping with so many brain area for your research, and then you have the guidance to implant electrode deep into specific brain area. So you have the idea how deep and how far from the lateral or to the medial. So it's quite effective. After the surgery, animals are allowed to recover fully before the experiment. For recording of animal behavior and electrical brainwave, we connect with electrode in the brain of the animal using the cable, and then animals are allowed to move freely. So we can record animal movement and the brainwave at the same time. The data are transferred and stored in the computer for offline analysis. We can check a real-time signal, and we can store for offline or analysis later using computer program. All the process are done in animal house in our campus. Okay, this is how we perform. I just want to show you after the animal recover from the surgery fully. Okay, we connect with the brain, and then the signal transfer to the computer. All right, and this is the real-time data. You can see that we record brainwave from many brain areas and animal movement, and this is locomotor tracking. You can see that the tracking correlated with animal movement that represent animal move. This is quite useful because we can analyze the correlation between animal behavior and brainwave because we record simultaneously. All right, just to give you some idea. For the treatment of Parkinson's disease symptom, at the moment in the market, there are no effective drug that would show good efficacy, even the standard drug. That's why we are effective compound, new compound or new drug that would be useful for Parkinson's disease treatment. At the moment, there are many different class of the drug used for Parkinson's disease patients. Mostly they use dopaminergic drug, but the efficacy is not high, but better than no choice. For example, the drug name L-Dopa and other drug working on many different pathways. And the other class is non-dopaminergic. For example, some drugs affecting noradrenaline, serotonin, and other systems as well. I just want to show you that these drugs are not highly effective. This is why we have to search for new effective drugs that might be useful for the treatment. For L-Dopa, this is the standard drug mostly used in hospital, prescribed by physician. L-Dopa circulated in the drug and capable to pass blood-brain barrier to enter the central nervous system, the CNS, to work in the brain. Now, we want to test the effect of gatam plant extract on Parkinson's disease mouse model. For the botanical name, it's called Mitragyna speciosa cord, Rubiaceae family. It's a timber, quite large and tall. It can be as tall as 30 meters, or it can be bush to the timber. The taste is very bitter. In Thailand, we use gatam plant in medicinal, in traditional medicine for maybe 200 years already. And major component is mitragynine. It's an alkaloid, a major alkaloid. For my research, we collected raw material from many different provinces in Thailand, mostly in the southern Thailand, for extraction for my research. And we use HPLC for chemical analysis to detect mitragynine as a major component. So after chemical analysis, we need to analyze the component for my research because it is essential for publication as well. Apart from HPLC, we also use LCMS to analyze the component. So there are so many peaks to be identified, and the highest peak or the major peak belongs to mitragynine. Okay, and then for the research of Parkinson's disease, we induce the symptom using neurotoxin called 6-hydroxydopamine from the name. By its structure, it's very similar to the structure of dopamine. That's why it can be uptaken to the neuron and then leading to the pathology and neuronal loss or neuronal death, leading to the symptom. 6-hydroxydopamine, very specific to dopamine cell. So this is important just to leave other neurotransmitter system intact. Only dopamine pathway affected. We inject the substance to the striatum, which is part of dopaminergic pathway to produce the pathology and the symptom. So from now, I will just call 6-hydroxydopamine. Okay, after injection of 6-hydroxydopamine on day 14, you can compare between locomotor tracking of control animal and 6-hydroxy animal. The image represents how much the animal move because this is locomotor tracking. For the control, this is the level of baseline level of normal animal. But in 6-hydroxy model, you can see that the animal move very little. You can compare easily. And on day 15, we test the effect of kratom plant extract on day 15 and 19. I will show you. First, you have to compare between control animal and 6-hydroxy animal without treatment, without any treatment. We can still see the difference. 6-hydroxy, you can see that the animal move very little. And the third group, 6-hydroxy plus kratom plant extract, you can see animal move again. And the fourth group, 6-hydroxy treated with L-DOPA, the standard drug. So this preliminary result give us promising data that methaquinine might be used to prevent or to treat bradykinesia or physical symptom in animal. And we repeat again on the day 19. The same thing happened again. We can still see the physical symptom of 6-hydroxy rat, and then 6-hydroxy treated with kratom, 6-hydroxy treated with L-DOPA, the standard drug. These are promising research findings for us to keep moving forward with hope. And we also analyze the data in terms of travel distance, how long they can move in period of 5 minutes. We have the program to measure how long they can travel. So y-axis is the distance travel. You can compare between normal animal and 6-hydroxy animal. So we found that 6-hydroxy animal reduce the distance travel. And on day 15, we test the effect of the drug. We found that pretreatment with kratom and L-DOPA, the standard drug, successfully prevent this effect produced in 6-hydroxydopamine. And the same thing on the day 19, pretreatment is successful in preventing bradykinesia or minimal or the decrease of movement. And we also analyzed in terms of velocity of, it was found that 6-hydroxydopamine animal produce slow movement significantly different from baseline level. Anyway, pretreatment with kratom extract successfully prevent or normalize this effect both on day 15 and day 19. So I just want to show you, I just want to conclude that kratom plant extract successfully normalize bradykinesia and physical symptom found in Parkinson's disease mouse model. We also have a behavioral test on rotarod. This device is rotating, and I will put animal into the rod here, the rotating rod that the animal have to balance to stay on the bar. The rod is rotating, so the animal needs motor coordination to balance on the bar. And then we have 4 different groups to compare. We have control animal, Parkinson without treatment, Parkinson with Katom treatment, and Parkinson with the standard drug. Okay, I will show you. Okay, the balance. Take a look at this. Okay, this one fell down before other group. And then the control group, you can see the motor coordination is intact or normal. And the same thing happened with Parkinson, with Katom, Parkinson with L-DOPA. This is just to show you behavioral data. Okay, next one. We also test with balance beam. Basically, the rat or mouse, they are capable to balance on the beam easily. But this time, we will examine the behavior of a Parkinson mouse model. So we have 4 groups to compare. Okay, let's take a look. This is just to show you that Katom plant extract is very effective, and also L-DOPA as well. For this one, it's motor impairment. It's called motor coordination deficit. Okay. We also analyze the brainwave as well. We convert the brainwave into the image for easy comparison on day 14, compare between control and 6-hydroxydopamine. The image show the difference. You can see that this is the control for comparison. And for the dopamine, for 6-hydroxydopamine, the Parkinson's disease model, you can see that fast frequency from maybe 35 to 60 hertz. Fast wave, we call just fast wave, appear in Parkinson's disease. And then on the day 15, we test the effect of the drug. We have the control, we have 6-hydroxydopamine, and then pre-treatment with Katom extract and standard drug. You can see that the pattern seems to be normalized, very similar to the control. And the same thing happened on the day 19. The effect of pre-treatment with the drug and Katom show that...
kindly remind you, Dr. Ekasit, you still have 1 minute. 1
okay,
minute.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we also see the effect on the image as well. We use neural signaling analysis. You can see the control, 6-hydroxy, and 6-hydroxy with the treatment. Altogether, I just want to show you that Katom is very effective in treatment of Parkinson's disease symptom, both behavior and neural signaling. Okay, thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ekasit. Really nice presentation about Katom plan. Talking about this plan, actually it is the origin or the native plan from Indonesia also, Prof. Doctor. It is in Kalimantan. We are familiar also with this plant, and the society, the people there believe that this plant usually used as analgesic. Traditionally, we use as analgesic. Okay, we will give the time around 10 minutes for the participants to deliver their question related to the effect of katam plants, especially in Parkinson disease. Hello, participants. You may raise your hand to deliver your question.
Is it indigenous in your country?
Yeah. In Borneo, in Borneo Island, the plant also we can meet the plant in Borneo.
So what purpose that people use for? Do they use?
Usually they use traditionally as analgesic, such as paracetamol, maybe in medicine.
All right.
Yeah. But in related to your research, it can be used as the therapy for Parkinson. Hello,
And
the participants.
Is it illegal or can you use, or is it illegal?
Usually, it is the leaf of the katam plant. The extraction, maybe the extraction of katam plant usually used as analgesic. And no, it is still in traditionally. We cannot say that it is legal or illegal because we want to meet. Actually, we talking about herbal. We should meet standard. In Indonesia, we have the standard, but I'm not sure that it has been in standard or legal medicine. But in traditional, they usually use katam plant as analgesic, especially for the ethnic Dayak in Borneo. Yeah, and you know that it has not been reported, and really thanks to Dr. Ekasit, you have done the research about this katam plant.
So what's your question?
So the question actually like this, Prof. We know that Parkinson is a really difficult or severe disease, and it is really quite difficult how to have like medical treatment. But
Yeah.
you research about this case. I mean, it has been applied in Thailand, maybe, or in the certain community about your research. I mean, by making certain formula from this plant to the real patient, not only for the mice.
Yeah, basically, katam has been used for other purpose, not for Parkinson disease. Mainly, it's for pain, as a painkiller for diarrhea and muscle ache, and they try to use as a substitute for addiction as well. But for Parkinson disease, nobody used it for this purpose. We just screen and discover in our research center. But it takes time for the katam to be used for Parkinson disease. In the future, we will develop and try many different ways to be able to use it for this purpose.
Yeah, hopefully for the future, this research can be accommodated to make certain formula to be used in the therapy of Parkinson's. Okay.
Yes, but for short-term goal, it's well known as a substitute for to reduce withdrawal symptom of alcohol, morphine, and methamphetamine withdrawal.
Yeah.
It's quite well known for that purpose, not for Parkinson disease.
Yeah. And talking about dopaminergic, so it is taken from the substance of katam plant.
No, in katam plant, no component, there is no dopamine. but basically, katam plants contain plenty of alkaloid substance.
So the alcohol substance itself, we can use as dopamine.
Basically, it's different.
Different,
We
it's
can not
different.
use that, but we use for many different purposes because it has effect on the central nervous system. We just have to check case by case.
Okay, okay, I see.
Not really, not like dopamine.
Okay, not so real, not real dopamine. Okay, we are still waiting for the participants. Hello, participants. Is there any question? Okay, okay. There is question from my friend actually, Miss Tusi. Miss Tusi, is it right?
Yes, okay.
Okay, come on, Miss
Is
Tusi.
it my sounds is clear?
Okay, really clear, Miss. Really clear.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Slamet. I have one question for our keynote speaker for this afternoon. My question is, what is the active substance in this herb that is potential for Parkinson medicine? Maybe that's one question. Okay, thank you, Mr. Slamet.
Sorry, could you repeat again, please?
Yeah, the active substance from this from katam plant can be used as can give effect to Parkinson maybe.
Yes,
All right.
I think the most
The most important, yeah, the most important
potential.
of active substance.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you. Basically, people focus on mitragynine, a major component. But for myself, I prefer to use whole alkaloid. I just call crude alkaloid extract that contain maybe like 40 or 50 different alkaloid. So we don't use pure alkaloid. We just use a crude extract. Anyway,
Extract.
yeah, a
Okay.
crude extract, but we know the concentration of methionine. We standardize the substance by measuring the concentration of methionine.
So the substance probably the alkaloid is Prof.
Bioactive substance is alkaloid,
Oh yes, alkaloid.
but it's crude alkaloid, not pure alkaloid.
Yeah, no, pure alkaloid, but the most important in katam plant is alkaloids, right?
Yes,
Can
alkaloid.
give effect to Parkinson therapy as
We need,
analgesic.
yes, analgesic as well.
I see.
It can be used for as a painkiller as well for methionine or the alkaloid, the major alkaloid.
Okay, thank you.
But we don't know. Maybe the minor substance can be used for treatment of Parkinson's disease because I don't use pure alkaloid. I just use the crude extract that contains so many constituents, so many components.
Yeah.
Because it will be useful for people when they use compound, not only pure substance. That's why I just use crude alkaloid to represent the plant.
Okay, so you use the leaf of katam plants, right?
Yes, extract
Extract, the extraction of
alkaloid
the leaf.
from the leaf.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay, Miss Tusi, is it clear for you?
Okay, thank you, Prof. Alkaloids are found in almost all plants, I think.
Yes,
So they are not special compound. Hopefully, this can be improved for Parkinson medicine in the future. Thank you, Prof.
thank you.
Okay, Dr. Ekasit, I think that's all for our time in having your presentations. Before we close our meeting, actually, I want to give like insight from your presentation that custom plan for the future. Hopefully, we can use as the therapy for Parkinson disease with a certain formula, of course. And we need more research about this. And related to this presentation, I think that's all. Thank you very much, Dr. Ekasit. And I hope you're still on your screen because we are going to have ceremonial gift. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Good afternoon and Swastikap.
สวัสดีครับ
Oh, don't forget, you have best regard from Prof. Albert Hutapea and Miss Dewi Marlina, your student. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you for Dr. Ekasit Kumarsit for the keynote speech and Mr. Slamet Widodo as moderator. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to ask you to stay on your screen because we would like to present the ceremonial gift to you for sharing your expertise in the session. And to present the ceremonial gift, kindly we invited the Dean of Faculty of Health Science of University of Malahayati, Mrs. Rianti SPMKes. And now we will hold a photo session. To keynote speaker, moderator, the Dean of Faculty of Health Science of University of Malahayati, as well as participants are welcome to take a position. For the next session, the attendants are welcome to have break time. The next keynote speaker session will start promptly after the break time at 2 p.m.
Aceh merupakan sebuah provinsi di Indonesia yang terletak di ujung utara Pulau Sumatera dan merupakan provinsi paling barat di Indonesia. Dianggap sebagai tempat dimulainya penyebaran Islam di Indonesia dan memainkan peran penting dalam penyebaran Islam di Asia Tenggara, Aceh memiliki persentase penduduk Muslim yang tertinggi dibandingkan dengan wilayah lainnya di Indonesia. Aceh menerapkan sistem syariat Islam. Aceh juga sering disebut sebagai Serambi Mekah karena menerapkan berbagai nilai Islami dalam kehidupan sehari-hari, termasuk dalam pendidikan. Yang mana hal tersebut sejalan dengan salah satu visi Universitas Abulia Tama, yaitu Universitas yang Islami. Universitas Abulia Tama atau yang sering disingkat menjadi UNAYA merupakan salah satu perguruan tinggi swasta di Aceh yang terus berkembang menuju universitas terkemuka di Indonesia. Didirikan oleh Yayasan Abulia Tama Aceh dengan tujuan membawa dampak positif dalam usaha pembangunan dan turut serta mencerdaskan bangsa melalui Tridharma Perguruan Tinggi. Terletak di kawasan bukit dengan lingkungan yang indah dan asri, UNAYA menjadi tempat terbaik bagi mahasiswa untuk belajar. Jauh dari hiruk-pikuk keramaian kota, UNAYA memberikan kenyamanan bagi mahasiswa untuk menimba ilmu. Didukung oleh keramah tamahan pegawai UNAYA dalam memberikan pelayanan administrasi yang baik untuk mahasiswa menjadi prioritas yang selalu diutamakan UNAYA untuk membimbing peserta didik baru maupun mahasiswa dalam mengurus segala administrasi. Universitas Abulia Tama adalah universitas yang sangat berkomitmen pada kualitas, pengalaman belajar yang baik, dan kehidupan mahasiswa yang nyaman di kampus. Universitas Abulia Tama memiliki reputasi dalam kualitas proses belajar mengajar, prestasi akademik yang tinggi, etika berbasis pendidikan, dan dorongan dari pemikiran mandiri. Kami menjamin memenuhi komitmen tersebut kepada mahasiswa kami dengan memberikan tenaga pengajar yang berkredibilitas tinggi dan mempunyai prestasi.
Visi baru Universitas Abulia Tama yang memiliki 3 kata kunci, Islami, unggul, dan global, telah memacu Universitas Abulia Tama untuk berbenah secara menyeluruh. Dosen terpenuhi dalam setiap program studi yang ada, dan kita sudah memiliki cukup banyak doktor, bahkan guru besar atau profesor. Universitas Abulia Tama juga mulai menyekolahkan program studi S3 pada dosen-dosennya, baik yang disekolahkan melalui program beasiswa kerjasama luar negeri maupun di dalam negeri.
UNAYA mengelola 8 fakultas dengan 25 program studi di dalamnya. Di antaranya Fakultas Kedokteran, Fakultas Teknik, Fakultas Pertanian, Fakultas Perikanan, Fakultas Keguruan Ilmu Pendidikan, Fakultas Ekonomi, Fakultas Hukum, Fakultas Kesehatan Masyarakat, dan Sekolah Tinggi Manajemen Ilmu Komputer. Untuk mendorong terwujudnya Research Center yang menjadi pusat penelitian unggulan di Fakultas Hukum dan Fakultas Ekonomi, UNAYA memiliki program studi pasca sarjana seperti Magister Hukum dan Magister Manajemen yang telah ada sejak tahun 2016. UNAYA juga menerima kelas pegawai untuk program studi ilmu keperawatan, agroteknologi, peternakan, ekonomi, pendidikan jasmani, kesehatan dan rekreasi, hukum, dan teknik. Kualitas sarana dan prasarana yang baik terus UNAYA berikan agar tercapainya penunjang pendidikan yang sesuai dengan bidang keilmuannya dapat dengan mudah diakses.
Kita sudah mempergunakan 24 standar kurikulum nasional ditambah dengan 3 standar muatan lokal atau universitas. Fasilitas laboratorium kita juga perbarui, ditingkatkan sesuai dengan kompetensi yang ingin dicapai oleh masing-masing program studi. Untuk bidang kesehatan, bahkan kita sudah mendirikan rumah sakit ya, yang cikal bakal menjadi rumah sakit pendidikan. Rumah sakit ini bekerja sama dengan Pertamina Bina Marga, salah satu anak perusahaan Pertamina yang berkecimpung di bidang kesehatan. Kebun lahan percobaan juga kita buat ya, bekerja sama dengan Balai Pertanian dalam pengadaan bibit dan tata cara penanaman yang baik, sehingga dengan diharapkan demikian lulusan Universitas Abulia Tama nantinya terpenuhi terkait dengan standar mutu.
Ciri khas dari pertanian itu sendiri kan harus ada lahan. Oleh karena itu yayasan sudah memberikan fasilitas lahan ini yang saat ini sudah kita tanami jagung. Selain itu juga bibit yang difasilitasi oleh Unaya juga merupakan salah satu varietas unggul.
Perpustakaan kita sekarang sudah difasilitasi dengan komputer, wifi yang bisa diakses langsung oleh mahasiswanya. Untuk minat baca mahasiswanya sudah tergolong bagus. Mereka sering ke perpusnya untuk mencari bahan, membaca, dan perpustakaannya juga udah nyaman.
Fasilitasnya itu sendiri sangat memuaskan. Yang disediakan dari sini itu ada tempat tidur, lemari, dan ada juga kamar mandi biasanya di dalam kamarnya. Kalau misalnya di sini, kami juga pulang malamnya itu dibatasi oleh Bapak. Dimana kalau misalnya kami di atas jam 10, tidak boleh lagi ke asrama, batasnya itu keluar boleh dari sampai jam 10. Setelah itu kalau misalnya bagi yang tidak punya kendaraan, di sini kami biasa bisa jalan untuk ke kampus, lumayan dekat dari sini ke kampus juga.
Lab bahasa ini sendiri pertama sekali kami aktifkan pada tahun 2013 yang dimana sekarang banyak aktivitas yang kami lakukan, yang kami programkan untuk pusat pengembangan bahasa. Kita membuka les TOEFL yang bisa diikuti oleh semua mahasiswa, di mana semua lulusan dari Universitas Malahayati itu diharapkan memiliki kompetensi yang baik dalam bahasa Inggris, baik secara lisan maupun tulisan.
Fasilitas di lab Malahayati ini terdapat seperti akuarium, bak beton, dan kolam-kolam.
Kalau untuk di lab ini ada beberapa item yang selalu berjalan, seperti pembesaran ikan nila dan ada beberapa ikan hias lainnya.
Kita di sini punya komputer untuk programming dan ada beberapa komputer untuk lab ini. Dengan adanya fasilitas ini nanti akan memberikan nilai lebih untuk mahasiswa, bukan cuma pelajaran tapi juga praktek. Jadi begitu mereka terjun ke lapangan, terjun ke masyarakat, mereka sudah terbiasa.
Seperti sudah bisa kita lihat, masing-masing baik itu jaksa, hakim, penasihat hukum telah mempunyai atribut yang bisa digunakan untuk praktek. Calon-calon sarjana yang telah kita saksikan sendiri ini telah mempunyai kemahiran yang cukup mumpuni untuk langsung terjun ke bidang hukum baik itu dalam posisi sebagai jaksa, hakim, panitera maupun penasihat hukum.
Beranjak dari visi dan misi universitas, program studi teknik mesin Malahayati berusaha keras untuk mampu memenuhi kriteria itu. Sehingga di sini kami mengelola SDM yang ada, apakah itu dari tenaga pengajar, tenaga pendidikan, bahkan mahasiswa yang berprestasi, kita cukup rangkul untuk mampu mewujudkan kriteria yang dimaksud itu tadi. Sehingga pemanfaatan fasilitas yang ada di laboratorium teknik mesin ini kita upayakan semaksimal mungkin.
Untuk memacu prestasi dan meningkatkan kualitas generasi penerus bangsa Indonesia yang berilmu dan siap menghadapi era globalisasi, Unaya turut melakukan kerjasama internasional dengan beberapa universitas ternama di luar negeri.
Banyak kerjasama, ya, tetapi yang aktif dalam 1 tahun terakhir ini ada 2 universitas di Malaysia yang aktif melakukan kerjasama melalui Tridharma perguruan tinggi, terutama di bidang penelitian. Kita melakukan joint research, penulisan jurnal ilmiah bersama, kemudian student mobility, dan universitas di Wuhan, Jianghan juga kita lakukan kerjasama.
Unaya memiliki komitmen tinggi untuk memfasilitasi tumbuh kembangnya berbagai aktivitas di bidang kemahasiswaan yang mampu menunjang prestasi akademik maupun non-akademik.
Ada mahasiswa-mahasiswa yang ingin tampil baik di luar kampus maupun dalam. Dukungan dari kami sangat besar dan bahkan dukungan dari kampus selalu mendukung dengan cara membimbing dan memfasilitasi dengan cara memberikan alat-alat, mendanai sehingga kreativitas mahasiswa dapat berjalan sebagaimana yang semestinya.
Aktivitas mahasiswa di bidang seni, olahraga, dan kelompok-kelompok studi lainnya turut menjadi bagian penting yang diperhatikan oleh Unaya agar bakat dari mahasiswa bisa tersalurkan dengan baik.
Lomba maket itu sendiri itu diprioritaskan untuk lomba maket waduk seluruh mahasiswa teknik sipil.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next session is going to start in 5 minutes. Please be seated. Excellencies, participants, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to invite to the place to deliver her keynote speech, Professor Dr. Irwandi Jaswir from International Islamic University Malaysia. The keynote speech will be moderated by Mr. Slamet Widodo. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Professor Dr. Irwandi Jaswir and Mr. Slamet Widodo. For Mr. Please come forward to open the session.
Thank you. Assalamualaikum, Prof.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullah.
Nice to meet you in this nice conference.
Yeah, thank you for the invite.
Okay, let me introduce Prof. Dr. Irwandi Jaswir to our audience, our participants. Professor Dr. Irwandi Jaswir from International Islamic University Malaysia. Now he is in King Faisal International. He is in consultant Saudi Food Drug Authority since 2019 until now. Then still in consultant Aladdin Group, a halal e-commerce company since 2018 until now. And then he is leading consultant Hybra Group, halal poultry company, Singapore and Korea since 2018 until now. And also he has experience in King Faisal International Prize Laureate 2018. It is the Nobel Prize of Muslim World. Then Indonesian Institutes for Science LIPI Award 2019 and Habibie Award. Congratulations for Habibie Award 2013. Recipient in medicine and biotechnology. Then world class scientist, high index at Google Scholar 31 with 3,282 citations. High index 21, really high at Scopus. Asia Pacific Young Scientist Award by Scopus in 2010. Then having more than 200 publications in international index journal, 14 books and books chapters and 7 patent. Yeah, include in halal. Then Kedai Reka Matching Fund Wardi, Kemendikbudristek last year, 2021, and former director and deputy dean, International Institute of Halal Research and Training, International Islamic University Malaysia, and the Secretary Council of Professors, International Islamic University. Welcome to our international conference, Prof. And before starting your presentation, I want to tell you that you have 30 minutes for your presentation, then will be follow around 10 minutes for question and answer session. Thank you, bro.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson, Bapak Slamet Widodo, for kindly introducing myself. Such a nice introduction. Thank you, Pak Slamet. First of all, I would like to thank the organizing committee for inviting me to this prestigious event, the second international conference on public health, medical science, and then to the University of Malahayati. And today, allow me to share my presentation entitled Recent Development in Halal Pharmaceutical Research. Ladies and gentlemen, did you see my slide already?
Really clear, Prof. Really clear.
Yeah, thank you. Again, my name is Irwandi Jaswir. I'm Indonesian. I'm from Bukit Tinggi, West Sumatra, but now I'm attached to International Institute for Halal Research and Training, International Islamic University, Malaysia. Now we are talking about halal. Yeah, just now I attended a talk by professor from Thailand, talking about herbal medicine, and today we shift a bit to halal. Yeah, perhaps it's not purely medicine, but it is related. Yes, some are talking about medicine, some about food, but in general, it is a halal industry. As we know that in Islam, how important halal to us. Halal first, of course, it is our obligation to God and our religion. This is the first and foremost thing. However, the implication of this, nowadays we can see that halal is also seen as an industry. It is comprising economic welfare, increasing domestic demand, and it has huge global halal market potential. Some said 3.1 trillion US dollars a year. And of course, it influenced the people welfare. If we can see this picture, how the global Muslims spend the money. In food and beverage, it's 1.3 trillion in 2017. And it will be increased, projected in 2023, 1.9 trillion. And in all sectors, media, entertainment, pharmaceutical and cosmetic, it would be increased from 148 billion to 221 billion next year. Similarly, for clothing and apparel, Muslim traveling, and also Islamic finance. However, with such potential in halal industry, Indonesia, with 220 or 230 million Muslim population, is not yet a major player in halal industry worldwide. Okay, if we can see here, most of the Muslim countries, including Indonesia, still import the halal products. In food, for example, about $200 billion spent to import the food for Muslim countries. And Indonesia is one of the top market in the halal food. Similarly, for halal pharmaceutical that we are going to discuss today, we import 39 billion to Muslim countries, and then we import from non-Muslim majority countries. And again, Indonesia is one of the top market in this sector. For halal cosmetic, Muslim countries import 13 billion, 13 billion, and then Indonesia again is one of the top 5 in this market of halal cosmetic. So what does it mean? In short, we can say that even though the potential are there, but we do not yet capitalize the potential. We do not yet maximize our potential so that we can get benefit of the growing halal industry. Of course, during the pandemic, some sectors are severely affected, badly affected, but some sectors like food and pharmaceutical remain the same. And some are projected that even during the pandemic, food and pharmaceutical is projected to increase in next couple of years. Now we can see the halal industry itself. Traditionally, halal industry only comprise food and beverages. However, now we can see the emerging sectors in halal industry include cosmetics, personal care, and healthcare products. Others are tourism services and also modest fashion. Why? Because halal is no longer seen as a religion obligation only. It is considered as quality of life. It is a symbol of the quality. And many non-Muslim countries also consume halal products for, of course, non-religious reason. I have two statistics here. 65% of halal meat from New Zealand is exported to non-Muslim majority countries. And in Malaysia, where I live now, the top two countries that import Malaysian halal products are China and United Kingdom. Both are non-Muslim majority countries. This is what I mentioned just now. If we do not take the opportunity in halal industry, non-Muslim majority countries will take the opportunity. We have example here. In 2018, I was invited to South Korea, and left side we can see this is the building, National Assembly building. This is the parliamentary building, where I was invited to deliver a talk on on halal meat and poultry. South Korea has the industry, premium industry, the normal one, but they do not have the halal concept. And now we can see that Korea already produced halal meat and poultry. And in 2018, 2 days later, I was invited to deliver a talk in front of 300 students taking a Muslim-friendly hospitality and tourism major. Yes, a majoring in Wisata Syariah Indonesia, we call it. And it is offered by Dong-A University, the largest private university in South Korea. This is some example. They are very, very serious, very keen to get into halal industry. And most of the product, apart from cosmetic, are personal care and supplement. Yeah, a lot of supplement, herbs, etc. from South Korea are now exported to Muslim countries. Ladies and gentlemen, when we talk about halal, we are talking about three main issues. Number one is raw materials. Number two is processing. And number three is how to authenticate, or we call it halal authentication, how to determine that the product is contaminated, is non-halal. Yeah. And these three issues are not only for food, but also for pharmaceutical and supplement. The concept of halal in Islam is very clear. It must be halal from A to Z, must be halal from source of origin to storage and distribution, and must be halal from farm to plate. But we know that in every step, there is potential possibility that the product would be contaminated, including the ingredients and additive. Yeah, this is some potential critical areas. Number one is raw material, whether it is originally from animal or plant. If it is from plant, it is safe, but if it is from animal, we have to check whether the animal is halal animal, and if it is halal animal, whether it is slaughtered according to Islam. The slaughtering process is very important. In terms of ingredient and additive, pigs and its byproduct, pork, lard, and gelatin are very much used not only in food production, but also in pharmaceuticals. Enzymes, including rennet, pepsin also, or trypsin, are very, very widely used in pharmaceutical, as well as emulsifier, mono and diglyceride, solvent, etc. So this is the potential critical areas. Just take a look this animal. It is pig animal, and almost all part of the pig have been used commercially in the production of various products, food, pharmaceutical, and cosmetics, including hair of this pig here. It is used in cysteine. Cysteine is one of the amino acids, and it may be used in the syrup or in the supplement, or in the food industry. It is used in the bakery industry. Skin and bone from pig are very much used in the production of gelatin. This is a common critical ingredient in pharmaceutical. Number one is among them a placenta, because it is considered as anti-aging, very much used in pharmaceutical as well as cosmetics. Lard is a pig fat, yeah. Gelatin and collagen, and from animal, mostly from animal, and emulsifier. This is the gelatin. What is gelatin? Gelatin is a protein, denatured collagen, and the source mainly from skin and bone of animal. And 65% of gelatin are derived from pig. And 20% of other gelatin are derived from halal animal, but slaughtered not according to Islam. So we have left only about 10% of halal gelatin worldwide. While we know that gelatin is super ingredient, it is used in food, cosmetic, and pharmaceutical. In food, it is used in cheese production, for example, ice cream, dairy products. Cosmetic, almost all type items in cosmetic use gelatin. And in pharmaceutical, at least it is used in the production of hard capsule. 65% of hard capsule need to be gelatin. So this is the application of gelatin. Ladies and gentlemen, recently I conducted a research and we produced a book to launch in 2020. We identified 20 ingredients that critical in terms of halal. And some of them, not some of them, all of them, we got the potential to be explored in Indonesia. However, for these 10, more than 10 ingredients, we import in large quantities. We spend more than, we spend hundreds of billions rupiah to import these products, including gelatin, flavors, oleoresin, seasonings, enzyme, food colorant, antioxidants, emulsifier, etc. If you're interested, you may download this book for free on the website of KNEKS, Komite Nasional Ekonomi Keuangan Syariah. For gelatin, for example, Indonesia do not have any big source of gelatin. We do not have a big industry. We have very few, and they are in the home industry level only. We import a lot, and we see the figure in 2017, we import about 400 billion rupiah. Ladies and gentlemen, so that the research on halal authentication are very, very important for food, pharmaceutical, and cosmetics. And this one are the study that we have conducted in our laboratory in Malaysia. We use infrared spectroscopy, electronic nose to distinguish halal and non-halal based on the volatile components. We use differential scanning calorimetry based on the exothermic, endothermic pattern, and the molecular biology techniques. Long before PCR is used for COVID identification, we use PCR for non-halal identification in our laboratory. Chromatography, we use a gas chromatography or high performance liquid chromatography, and as well as biopotential telemetry. This is a picture of FTIR. It's very, very good machine. We can get the result within 1 minute, as long as we have identified the standard and wavelength. This is FTIR work based on the functional groups. And for example, here at 965, we can identify this spectrum as a log signature. We can see the difference from 0 until 100. Electronic nose, as I mentioned, based on the smell and volatile component. This is the machine, and then this is the spectrum. And then we can identify between, we can distinguish lard, for example, the pattern, the last picture, compared to other halal fashion oil, like sesame oil, coconut oil, palm oil, peanut oil, and corn oil. And this one, this DSC spectrum, is based on the exo-endothermic and exothermic. And then we can see the difference here, the pattern are different. For molecular biology technique, we use PCR to identify the DNA. This is a spectrum. If we see chicken and beef, the spectrum is very, very flat, compared to pork. pork is the meat from pig, and if we see this is the spectrum increase here suddenly at certain time. Okay. And this technology we use to study the products in one country, Middle East, and it is published in Food Control 2017. We identified that in that country, particular country, 17% of the snacks products are containing gelatin, and the gelatin there is porcine DNA or DNA, pig DNA, meaning that 70% are non-halal. Okay. A lot can use, we can identify using gas chromatography, ICOPHMEDS, MS spectroscopy. And this for certain fatty acid, it is very, very clear. Yeah. So a lot on content C18.3, C23, and C22, but other halal fat content none. Okay, we also conducted a study, alcohol and khamar. As we know, the khamar is haram, but for alcohol, industrial ethanol, it is allowed according to the fatwa of Majelis Ulama Indonesia. We can use it as much as 0.5%.
Sorry,
but
Prof.
with the condition that
Kindly remind you, Prof, you still have time, 10 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you. And then according to fatwa, it can use up to 0.5%, but with the condition that in the final product, we cannot identify it anymore. And this is how we conduct the study. We distinguish industrial ethanol compared to red wine, cooking wine, and white wine, which are non-halal. This gelatin found in pharmaceutical and cosmetic are used as a capsule, whether soft capsule or 2 pieces hard capsule, as a tablet, and then in the cough drops, a stabilizer and emulsifier, and also external application of drugs to treat virus skin disorder. This is a common halal ingredients, and then we study also the porcine gelatin in dental materials, how we identify this. Some of them using PCR and FTIR. Some of dental material contain pig derivative. Some of them are contain halal one only. This is how we do the study. Bovine gelatin and porcine gelatin. Bovine is from cattle, cows. This is the primers. This is how we conduct this. Another thing, another study research we conducted is to develop a rapid method using device. Of course, this is more toward engineering. We collaborate with one professor from sensors engineering. This is how we develop this. This is based on the smell. And then we use it to detect ethanol in mouthwash. Some of the mouthwash contain alcohol up to 30%, ladies and gentlemen. It's a bit high. And then we can detect using our portable enos. The portable enos is very, very sophisticated, where ordinary people can use this. Just use this tag, and then if you are not sure about such a product, you open the bottle and then you put the lot, or they call it lot pen, the pen or detector, and then it is automatically give the result. This is some of the study we conducted. And then we believe that gelatin is one of the critical issues in halal pharmaceuticals. And then for that, we have conducted more than 10 projects related to gelatin. Recently, we collaborate with Universitas Indonesia, Fakultas Farmasi, and we produce a gelatin pharmaceutical capsule from gelatin from kulit kambing etawa. And then it is comparable to commercial capsule that use porcine gelatin. And then fish gelatin we also conducted, and also now we study more toward nanoparticle to encapsulate bioactive compound, and it is used for either pharmaceutical or functional foods. one of my students, now lecturer in ITERA, Lampung, he used halal gelatin nanoparticle to encapsulate bioactive salicylic acid for skin disease. And then we have also one project, camel gelatin project with King Saud University in Saudi Arabia. This is our pilot plan. Yeah, and then this is some of 4 theses here that we produced in last 2 years, my PhD student. And then they do this about gelatin, halal gelatin. And how we prepare this, and then if we are interested, you may contact me directly, inshallah. And another aspect that we conducted studies is our potential in marine sources. Brown seaweed is one of them. Nobody used this before. And from our study, we produced 5 PhD. We produced 5 doctors. Antioxidant, one study antioxidant, one study anti-cancer, anti-diabetic, anti-inflammatory, and anti-obesity. We very extensive study for more than 10 years. And then this is how we study the biochemical pathway, for example, and then we determine why it contains anti-diabetic, anti-obesity, atherosclerosis, inflammatory, etc. For anti-obesity, this is one of the example. White adipose tissue. White adipose tissue responsible for best, in most. And then if the feed is contain fucoxanthin from brown seaweed, and then the white adipose tissue remain the same size, while the control keep growing and bigger and bigger. So, and this product now already sold as supplement in Japan. This project is in collaboration with Hokkaido University. And then we also produce various products for cosmetics from seaweed. And then I received this award, Habibie Award 2013, because we produced more than 30 papers related to Indonesian brown seaweed, which is now underutilized or not been utilized at all.